I think it'd be better if you did.
Oh,
all right,
live.
welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. This is our first stream on the new channel, the joint channel, the Scream Team. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
What's going on,
Stop.
everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in.
All right, so first up, we have our boy Shay Rance. What's up, dog?
Pretty good, 1 in the morning. I'm feeling alive, sort of.
That's the best way to feel is alive.
Yeah. Moving on.
Let's hear about your channel a little bit, dog.
I talk about stuff. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I had to worry.
talk
I had a
about
fear that you
stuff.
didn't. Yeah, see?
I talk about stuff.
That's facts. He talks about the stuff.
Okay, fine.
You
fine.
rant.
I rant.
For her, hers, and I sip ice.
Yeah,
She
Oh,
just
pretty
yeah.
much how it goes.
Party foul. Party foul.
Oh, dude.
All right, off to a good start. All right. All right. Horror and stuff. You want to go ahead, man?
I am horror and stuff, and I like turtles. No, I talk about horror movies, of course, and sometimes other stuff. And yeah, I like to do, long walks on the beach and
Respect.
feel the wind
Beneath your
blowing in
orange
my
and stuff.
lovely
Yeah.
locks.
That's the most beautiful thing I've heard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
This is like his Tinder profile. It's just right all out.
Hit us with a couple poses, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome to the
Slay,
How's it going?
Maggie.
Welcome in, Maggie.
That's my daughter.
Oh, what's up? All right. All right, horror.
Yeah, so my name's Em. I'm 8'4", and I like to talk about Scream and some other horror content because, yeah, that's the way we 8'4" people do it. So fun times. Nice and short.
8'4".
8'4". Don't forget that number.
Yeah, that's going to be important later.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and I'm sipping ice, and I pretty much just sip ice a little bit,
Yeah.
just from time to time. But anyways, so I guess we're going to be talking about our favorite horror movies.
Our absolute favorites.
Yeah, our absolute favorites.
The,
All right,
the
so-
number ones and the number twos.
Yeah. So
Nice.
here's what I'm thinking. Us three go first. We save Shields to last because he'll probably have like the most hot takes of the month.
I don't think it's probably.
He will.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I just
Who
got
wants
some
to
shit.
go first?
Oh,
Let's
look at that.
go.
Let's go. Can I get some?
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. If you want to save me for last, you're more than welcome to save me for last because
He's gonna eat his chicken.
do like to speak. I have
That's
a lot
perfect.
to say about a lot of things. So
Let's go. So, I'll just hit my mic. Who wants to go first?
Up to you, dog.
all right, Shay, kick us off, man.
Yeah, let's go, Shay. No pressure.
No pressure
He
at
pulls
all.
out Halloween ends.
Beginning it off, classic
Gotta
movie
be.
right here.
Gotta be.
Scream. Pop it just up there. Such a good opening. Such a good ending as well. We just sort of like we ignore the third season of the TV show. Pretty good TV show in there as well.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
I think it's like probably one of the best horror movies ever made. It's got some great kills, some pretty banging, acting in there as well, and Wes Craven's direction is just amazing.
That's pretty factual. I've never heard a lie in that statement.
Well, he
And-
said probably, and that doesn't sit well with me. It is the best horror
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually my favorite
I
horror
have
movie.
one more, which I will show you later. After we'll take it in turns.
One thing about Scream that I do want to say is I thought it was awesome that Wes Craven stayed as, the main intellectual, the person in charge and in control of that franchise for, those first 4 films. And, being able to do that. And even though he wasn't able to do that with a lot of, with his other franchise and most of the other big franchises, none of the head creators were able to do that. I thought that was awesome with the Scream franchise.
Oh yeah, the consistency in that franchise is superb.
Mhm.
Like they have yet to break the timeline.
Speaking of Scream, if we're going to talk about like consistency, check out Sippin's massive Scream video that just came out.
Let's go. What a plug. Appreciate
It's a
it.
great video.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Let me send it in the chat while you guys keep talking.
Nice. But yes, I mean, Scream's just a phenomenal ride. It's specifically the first one has the best cast,
Mhm.
like hands down out of any of the movies. Matthew Lillard's performance, Nev Campbell's performance, just about everybody in that movie performed their role perfectly to what their character needed to be. Even down to my boy Kenny, the cameraman.
100%. What a guy.
Exactly. And that whole franchise as a whole, just the fact that they are able to keep the timeline going is that's something to give credit to, because Halloween has who knows how many timelines now, It's just everything's getting rebooted and changed up now. And at least with Scream, they're pretty much holding firm what they've done. Except for maybe Dewey, apparently.
Hey,
Yeah.
I heard that Courtney Cox wants to bring him back. Please do.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Bring my
That-
boy back.
Yeah, that'd be their only time to break the timeline. And
I
if
like
they
how
do,
it's not being
we're okay
remade
with
as well. I think it's one movie that you just can't remake.
it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The original.
it's-
No.
Yeah, and it's so timeless too. Like I rewatched it not too long ago, and it's like, obviously a lot of the technology's dated because you can't help that. But it's just not a dated movie. Like you could watch it and almost feel like it was a movie made more recently that they just dated it back to the 90s.
Yes.
I agree with
That
that.
is exactly what it feels like. Yes.
I mean, I recently, this isn't out yet, but I'm just saying. So I recently interviewed JC Garcia, who plays Rod in the original Nightmare film, and he actually made a pretty good point. The only thing that really dates those movies is just the clothes that they're wearing. Pretty much everything else, like
Basically.
the hairstyle and the clothes, pretty much everything else is just the same.
And so one thing I will say, and it's becoming more and more prevalent as time passes, is audio and video quality during those eras. So whenever you're going from the 70s into the 80s and then into the 90s,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you hit 2010, there's just a huge leap, especially in audio and video quality. That
Oh
happens,
yeah.
around the 2010s, and that is very prevalent or very easy to see, and it's the reason why I'll get into it a little bit more later, but a big reason why the quality of newer films just seems so much higher than older films.
Yeah. And I will also say about Scream, because I know Shay brought up the opening earlier. The opening is just wild to think about as well, that they got someone like Drew Barrymore, who at the time was huge,
Oh,
Yeah.
just had her be the opening kill, It's like, and obviously I wasn't born when the movie came out, but they were propping her up to be like the main actress, the main lead.
Yeah.
Just for them to nah, she's done, dude. She's toasted. Let's get her out of there.
exactly.
And so I thought that was really cool.
That does kind of make me feel sick that you weren't born when it was really.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
for me-
up, man?
Hey,
Yeah.
Megan.
Hey.
Long time no see. How you doing? Hope you're doing
Welcome
good.
in.
What I like about Scream though as well is like the final act always seems to be as impactful as the opening scene. So
Yeah.
no matter what movie you watch, it's always got a really good finale as well, and I really enjoy that because it doesn't. There just never seems to be a dull moment.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
finale of 6.
yeah. That's what,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I just had in the back of my head.
I mean,
It's not my favorite, but
Yeah.
it's the only part. In all honesty, it's the only part of 6 that I didn't like was the end. Everything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, because Scream 6 started out extremely strong. It had one of the best openings of the franchise, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And, some of the set pieces were awesome. It was cool scene, like the subway scene, that was awesome.
Dude, the grocery store or the convenience store scene,
Yeah.
with the shotgun, like
Yeah,
that's
that was
one of
cool.
my
The
favorite
bodega.
scenes in a Scream movie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because it was something different, and he was just
Yeah.
going brutal. Like, he was taking out random people.
Yeah.
But, like, it went downhill. It started phenomenal and just started falling down and down. Yeah. Megan, if your movie ain't on the list, you're going to be mad.
Megan's number 1 in our hearts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in our list.
It's a hard list,
Yeah.
man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Though.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Well,
Right.
to me.
Who
Yeah.
wants to share their favorite next?
Sipping.
All right, putting me on the pedestal here because my favorite is Scream, but I'll toss out another personal favorite is and it's also gonna be a little bit recency bias because every October I'll rewatch this movie, and it's Halloween, the original.
Yeah.
Brilliant movie.
I watched that movie I don't know how many times now, and like every October I genuinely just rewatch that movie because it gets me in that Halloween vibe. And going back to the stuff, like it dated well, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was like 1978, so it was very, very old.
Yeah.
But it aged well.
Again, it sort of feels a little bit timeless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it has some of the most iconic scenes out of the entire franchise by itself. The Bob kill where he stabs him up into the pantry door, which is not realistic, but it's a fun kill. And then he does his little head tilts, you know what I mean? It's iconic.
Yeah. So the original Halloween, I actually do, like y'all, prefer Scream over the original Halloween,
Yeah.
but I prefer the Halloween franchise as a whole over the Scream franchise.
Oh,
So,
hot take.
but it's mostly because of the new trilogy and the first Rob Zombie Halloween. I absolutely love
That
it.
is
The
good.
first Rob Zombie is really good.
But like
Yeah.
without Halloween, to be fair, we wouldn't really have some of the horror movies. We might not have even really had Scream without
Oh.
Halloween. So it started off a lot,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Inspired
Halloween,
a lot.
Without Halloween, when did Texas Chainsaw come out? Was that 79?
4, wasn't it?
74.
74. So yeah, without Texas Chainsaw, without Halloween, there's a lot of movies we wouldn't have, I don't think. Although Texas Chainsaw just feels like a different beast than the rest of them.
It's
like
not
rewatching it,
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just feels like a completely different beast.
Yeah.
But all right. But yeah, original Halloween. It's not my favorite in the Halloween franchise either.
What's your favorite then?
2018.
Halloween.
Oh, 2018 is phenomenal. I do really like that one. And this is more of a hot take, but obviously this part isn't a hot take. The fact that I don't really care for Halloween Ends, but I do think Halloween Ends could have been amazing if given another movie.
Yeah.
Just because
I
to
agree.
me, like the Corey character was good for what it was. It was just he was not given enough real time to be set up because
It
they
was
put
very
too much
rushed.
of him. Yeah, it was extremely rushed, and it took away from Michael, and it's his movie. It's the end of his trilogy. So to me,
Yeah.
it's like if you wanted to set that up, have him be introduced at least in Halloween Kills. and start
Oh, yeah.
slowly setting it up over the movies or something, you know?
Yeah.
But it just being rushed like that made me not care for that movie as much because it took away from Michael's screen time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll answer your question in just a minute, Megan. But my personal opinion on Halloween Ends is twice now they have given us characters in Halloween 4 and Halloween Ends. They have given us characters that they're like, maybe this could be the new like personification of evil, this character now, right?
Yep.
And then they just pull back on it and been like, nah, it's just Michael. And you know, I don't like that. I would have rather, like, it would have been awesome if, like, in Halloween 5, it would have came in and it would have been, you know, a female, like a woman in that place as the new personification of evil instead of Michael Myers. And especially like in the late 80s, early, like in the mid to late 80s, which whenever 5 came out, and having like a woman slasher villain at that time would have just been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just if seeing Michael the whole time was just in Corey's mind and he was just the one killing everybody and then he dons the mask at the end, like I would have been absolutely ecstatic if that had happened. But
yeah. I'm just gonna go at that with my one little point here. I'm glad Michael wasn't in Corey's mind because then we wouldn't have Michael's hole in the movie.
Facts. That's very true. That's very true.
And I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I'm perfectly like, it doesn't have to be the same killer for me. My favorite Jason movie isn't even Jason killing people. So,
Yep.
you know, like, I don't care.
Speaking of Jason, though, I do think Halloween 2018, Michael would wipe Part 3 Jason.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
At first, though, I thought it was supposed to be Halloween H2O, but then I saw there was a 1-8 after it.
Oh,
Yeah.
No. 2018 Michael is so brutal, man.
Yeah.
Like, he would,
and he takes a beating, too.
Oh, and he survives that house fire. Like,
yeah,
he is a monster. I mean, Jason is too, but that Part 3 Jason is kind of like a mindless dope, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was still human Jason as well. It wasn't even like
it was still human Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I mean, it only took like a little swipe to the dome piece to wipe him out. But Halloween 2018, like he was like he lost his fingers. He got shot a couple times. Like he was tanking it.
Yeah.
Caslin Industries, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Part 5 is very underrated. I love Part 5.
That's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, it gets overhated. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who said it the other day, but it's really, really good. And then, like,
Yeah.
even when you find out that Jason's not, that's obviously the thing that everybody hates. It's still a great movie. Like, you can't take away everything from that movie just because it's not Jason who's underneath the mask. It's a brilliant movie.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. It's because they actually gave like personalities to the cast.
It's not just Paulie T number 74 over here.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it gets overrated just for that simple fact that it wasn't Jason. I think Roy Burns killed it for what, you know. I mean, he did good. It was one
it's
of those
still a
scary
guy.
iterations too.
Yeah, it's still a guy in the hockey mask, like taking people
Yeah.
out. You know, who cares if it's Jason or not?
Yeah. I that one is pretty good to me.
All right, horror.
I'm going to throw a spanner in the mix because Shay's not going to like this one, I don't think.
Hot take?
Insidious is one of my favorite ever franchises. I absolutely love those movies. And I think that they're not given as much praise as what they should be.
Oh, I think they're better than the Conjuring films. Hands
100%.
down. Hands down.
100%. But yeah, especially the first two are obviously my two favorites, and I like the way that the story links in really well with each other, and it just links everything back and really makes you think. I love that aspect of it, and it's just I don't know, it gives me some like weird chills. I just love it. I don't get scared by things easily, but that is probably part 3 is probably the closest that I've ever been to actually being scared by a horror movie as an adult. Because it's quite interesting.
Respect.
Dude, like they are some creepy movies. I rewatched the first 4 last year, and the like it's tough for me to do like haunted house type movies and stuff. Like for some reason, just that creepiness. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It actually makes my skin crawl, like watching those kind of movies.
I know the latest one has a bit of hate, but it is what it is. You're not going to love every single one. And to me, to be fair, I thought it was all right for what it was.
Oh yeah, and specifically that you remember that one scene in the first Insidious where you see like the character Josh, where he's like turning his head a little bit, and then you just see like the red-faced demon like right there behind him, and there was no like intense jump scare music or anything. It was just there, and I think that was like because there's a lot of jump scares that I kind of hate. Like they get overused and stuff. They just to me seem like cheap tactics to scare your audience. But when it's done properly like that, I think they're wonderful.
100%.
I'm not going to completely agree with Megan on this one, but I do think that the Red Door was unnecessary.
Yeah,
I will say that it was unnecessary, but I was iffy on it. I enjoyed certain parts of it, but didn't like certain parts.
Yeah, it was kind of boring compared to the other ones.
It's the weakest one.
It is the weakest.
For sure.
Yeah. But like in the cast too, like Lynn Shay, Rose Byrne, Patrick Wilson. I think they killed it in those movies.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, the best. Okay, the Insidious franchise, in my opinion, without the 3 main characters that bring that movie, make those movies what they are, which they didn't have in the Red Door, where I'm not going to know the actors' names, but the older woman.
Oh, that's Lynn Shay. Yeah, I got it pulled up for you.
And the 2 guys that assist her that are the comedy relief.
Yeah, one of them's Lee Winnell.
Yes, those guys and her make those movies what they are. The rest of the cast, I don't even care. Like those 3, especially the comedy relief that those 2 bring, like is just so fantastic. It reminds me of like Ghost Faces on the Supernatural.
One of the best aspects of Supernatural. I love those episodes of those guys.
Yeah,
but Megan, I do agree as well that he's one of the best reasons in those movies. Like he's super terrifying to look at. So I do agree with that.
Oh yeah. But no, Insidious is a great franchise, and I think that was it Last Key? Is that the fourth?
Yes, the fourth one.
Yeah.
I think that one gets hated on way too much.
It does, yeah.
It's actually amazing. It's so clever as well, and they're all really cleverly done. But I think what you were saying before about the 3 main, I think that movie just proves that even more because it is just so based on Elise and when she's younger, and it still feels like an Insidious movie, and it's actually in a way a little bit more enjoyable in parts because you've got so much to it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So you've proved that you don't need like you said, Red Door was a bit unnecessary. I enjoy it for what it is, but it wasn't needed.
They didn't keep what made Insidious what it was to me. No. You know what I mean? Like
it was just like a throwback for a bit of nostalgia, I think, on it, a bit of like, look we can do.
Like if you have a silent killer or like a silent, and you can change those aspects because it doesn't matter so much. But whenever you have very distinct characters that make a franchise what it is, it's very hard to make something that can compare.
Yeah.
I do still like The Conjuring 1 and 2.
The Conjuring 1 and 2 are some of the best movies to me, but the third one's rough.
Yeah.
So Caslin,
they also like change like events which actually happen. Like I swear he just gets off in the movie, whereas like in real life he like went to jail for a portion of time, didn't he?
5 years.
Mm.
In
Yeah.
he was supposed to serve 10 years, but he ended up serving 5.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's actually mentioned in the recent horror her video. I'll get that in the chat in a second.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Let's
Plugging me there.
It's a banger video. It's a banger video. Yeah.
No,
Which seemed to flop. I don't know why, but it's flatlined. So yeah, go and watch it because
Yeah,
it's
y'all
obviously
go
great.
check it out. Yeah. It's a great video.
I don't know why it flopped. Like I was actually expecting that one to do really well.
Yeah, I'm a bit I don't know. I don't know. It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think sometimes the algorithm is just like, not today.
yeah.
He had enough of you.
You upset the YouTube guys.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, you should talk to Sippin's uncle. He's John YouTube. He'll probably
Yeah,
get
my
it sorted
dad. My dad's John YouTube. Yeah, I can get
Ah.
it sorted. No, but is Insidious the franchise where it has the Tiny Tim song, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's such a good song.
No, the Conjuring movies, Caslin, yes. Like the 1 and 2, I will say are very well made movies,
Mhm.
but they just, for me, I like the comedy relief that's actually in the Insidious movies a little bit more, and like going into like the spirit world and stuff like
Mhm.
that is just so cool. Like it just
Yeah.
visually is very appealing to watch. you
I
know?
agree with that. And as much I do really enjoy the Conjuring films, but
Yes.
when they base themselves on true stories and Ed and Lorraine Warren weren't even as involved in the stories as what they are, and a lot of the stuff happens, it's a
Well-
little bit off-putting for me because I'm just like,
And the
I
Warrens
know it's just a
were not
movie,
great people
but-
either. So,
no. So it's just a bit like,
so
but I
it's
do
got-
enjoy the movie. So
But and then you have Annabelle movies, which are very
phenomenal.
boring.
oh, I love them.
Yeah.
You like the Annabelle movies?
I don't like the
Really?
first Annabelle, but I like the Annabelle Creation.
Annabelle Creation is better. And then
The first one I didn't like at all.
I think the Nun movies are
Yeah,
not as-
I think the second Nun is better, but it's still they're both of them still suck.
it's like saying, you know, one type of mayonnaise is better than another.
Yeah.
Neither
Yeah.
are
Mayonnaise
great, man.
definitely is definitely better.
Yeah.
I don't like mayonnaise. You're weird. You are weird.
I'm a mustard guy.
Ooh,
Oh.
mustard sucks. I hate
Yeah,
mustard.
but is that English
I'm not
mustard
a
or
mustard
American
or
mustard
mayonnaise
though?
guy.
Either. I actually
Okay.
love like all forms of mustard.
Oh, I
love
hate mustard.
Dijon mustard. My
Honey
favorite
mustard's the only one I can get down with.
honey mustard is fantastic.
Honey mustard
Oh,
on some
banging.
nice pork is amazing.
Oh, dude, yeah, honey mustard on
Yeah.
pork all
Yeah.
day, bro.
That's the only mustard I can get down with. Yellow mustard is a no go.
Yeah.
No flies on. I hate yellow mustard.
English mustard on a ham sandwich, next
Oh, yeah.
level.
I know exactly.
Um,
Yes, English mustard on a ham sandwich is fantastic.
All right, Shay, what's your favorite sandwich condiment?
Listen,
Catch up, man.
is the Conjuring series getting?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, speaking of TV shows, actually, the first 3 episodes of the Creep Show actually premiered at Fantastic Fest recently.
Ooh,
Heck yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, Megan, I am so excited about the TV series.
Yeah.
I don't like because like kind of we're saying like the Conjuring movies are good, but a lot of the other stuff outside the Conjuring universe is kind of rough.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
hoping this can live up to like the first 2 movies.
Well, it's like, is James Wan going to be involved? You know, or
You should hope
Yeah.
so, really.
you know, if he's not. So here's the thing, in my opinion, as soon as he kind of took a step back and had nothing really else to do with the Conjuring franchise, it just wasn't as good. And
That's
I
fair.
just, I don't know. I to be fair though, like possession movies and haunting movies are not me. Like
Mhm.
I'm like slashers, zombies, like comedy horror. You know, that's my jam. You know, but yeah, Insidious is like top tier though for me when it comes to
100.
like haunted
Yeah.
movies and possession movies. All right, this is my turn.
It is your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna keep talking. No, so my favorite horror movie of all time is Cabin in the Woods,
Oh,
That's fair enough.
and
Fair.
it is so good. You know, you talk about like even in Scream, you talk about meta, like
mhm.
you know where they talk about the meta. That movie does it just as well, in my opinion. It's a different type of meta. They're talking more about, you know, the entire genre as a whole, not just the slasher genre. You know, or the subgenre of slasher. They're talking about the entirety of
Yeah.
all horror, and just everything about that movie, from just the setup to like the government facility that is like making
Yeah.
it all take place, and then the monsters coming in, how they manipulate people, and then even at the end whenever they're talking about the gods and like how the rest of the world, like at this moment everybody messed up, like across the world at the same time everybody messed up. These people that are left here are the last ones that can save humanity, and just everything about that movie. And then you have Thor in there too, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
And the dad from Step Brothers.
And the dad from Step Brothers.
Yes.
It's like the cast is fantastic. The story is one of the best ever told for a horror film on screen. Like, I don't know.
It is great. It
So
is
good.
great. Weirdly enough, it's in my video that I'm working on. That's coming out next week.
Oh, y'all be ready.
And-
Stay tuned.
It's going to be for the reason that I say now. No survivors, and I like that.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
I like that it switch. I like movies that switch it up a little bit and give you something that you're not expecting, like that. And I
Any
think
kind
that
of
was
subversion
great ending.
in any type. Oh, sorry. But yes.
Hi. You go
Subversion
ahead.
of any type is is great in films.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
I mean, as Megan said, they know a lot of people aren't liking how much TV is taking over, but they feel like certain franchises like Halloween, Friday the 13th, and The Conjuring would all tell better stories as shows. In some of those aspects, I do completely agree. Like Halloween
Yeah.
Ends. I think if you made Halloween Ends into like a season of a television show, that could have been pretty great.
Mm.
Because, you know, like that way you could have properly set it up and then like really go into it without rushing it, like we were talking about earlier.
Don't disrespect greatness, my man.
Yeah. Long live Corey.
Long live Corey Cunningham.
Yeah. But like if that was stretched over a season of television, I think Halloween Ends could have been phenomenal. Just
Yeah.
because like just set it up, you know, the first few episodes is setting up Corey and Allison's relationship and stuff, because in Halloween Ends, I don't like how quickly they just jump the shark and already are dating and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
that doesn't happen in real life. You don't just immediately meet someone and then just, all right, let's do this. You know, we're forever now.
Yeah.
And
know,
then flip on your grandma because she's seeing sense and you're not. It was just
Yeah.
a bit. It didn't build up that relationship enough for us to
Exactly.
feel like actually I can understand why you're being like that. But she just came
Yeah.
across as an idiot. I was going to swear then, but I refrained.
You
Well,
plan
yeah.
on- go for it. It's fine.
Yeah. She just starts saying a bunch of them.
Oh, I did on Shay's live.
That was great. Y'all go check that out.
Said a bunch of just every cuss word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This ain't my channel. This is like,
This is
yeah.
the group channel.
Yeah.
We don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, yeah, as far as like turning franchises into TV series, here the thing is they are just now getting to the point where they're okay putting large amounts of money into the horror genre, and
Yeah.
but it's not as much. I think with the TV shows, they're a little more skeptical about it because, you know, they did the Scream one. It didn't really pan out so well. Yes, it was good, but it didn't pan out. you know, as far as
Yeah.
what they were
Monetary
probably
wise.
wanting
It
it
was
to.
good. Then they made the
Yeah.
third season, and then they
Yeah.
And then you have the Chucky TV series, which just got canceled. And, you
Mm.
know, that should have been a slam dunk. You know what I'm saying? Like in their mind. So in the production company's mind, you have to remember, like, we're not dealing with creatives here. We're dealing with businessmen, like these business people that all they want to see is dollar signs, you know?
Yeah.
So, but we have to deal with them in order to get what we want in the end. You know, if
Yeah.
you don't have money, you're not going to get what you want in the end. So,
Yeah.
you know, dealing with these business executives and these people that all they want to know is what's the bottom line. And Chucky should have been a slam dunk. You know, Scream, maybe not as much of a slam dunk, but I don't think it was even advertised at the same level that Chucky was, because it was made, what, like 10 years ago at this point, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. And then, but they are still willing to put money into it because you do have horror shows like The Walking Dead that exceeded all expectations.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
God, I
And-
love that show, by the way.
and but hopefully, and it's almost the same argument that I have about, you know, the making live action anime. And whenever they make live action anime, it can be done very well. It's just the people that are willing to put money into it don't have enough money to put into it to make it good. And that's where the problem did lie with horror, but it is starting to shift in the right direction. I know I just went on a ramble there, but I think it is it's starting to get to the right place. We just have to wait it out until, you know, they already know zombies work. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, zombies work. Do slashers work? We don't really know yet because they haven't been really working that well. And sorry, the cat.
Dude,
Yes,
you
I had a
got
cat on me.
I just gotta say, what happened to you talking about stuff? You know, ranting is my thing.
No, it was a ramble, not a rant. It
Ah,
was a little bit different. I was talking about stuff.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Come on, man.
Fair enough.
I actually have a lot to say about
About
the
stuff.
money part of this industry, but we'll move on and let Shay talk about his next movie first.
Let me just grab this right here. So, once again, I have to tell the fun story that I tell every time that I talk about this movie, which happens basically every live stream that I do because I like this movie. So, okay,
Oh well, now it just is broken.
no, I just dropped it and I knocked it over a glass, but it's fine. I'll pick it up later. It didn't break. It's fine. So I'm not gonna hold up the DVD now, but Hostel, the OG, the first one. So very weird, like first horror movie for me because like I watched it alongside I think it was like The Purge and Hush, two
Mm.
other bangers right there.
Yeah.
Like I was bloody horrified of this the first time I watched it. Because of like the part of Spain that I lived in, there were like chicken farms, right? That looked like the factory in Hostel, and I would be bloody terrified every time like we drove past them. And then like watching it like over like a few more years afterwards, and by a few more years I mean about a year after.
A few more, just a year.
Nah. So, like, I watched it originally when I was like 12. I watched it again when I was 13. Still didn't like it. I watched it like a year ago now. Banger, I can't lie. But
So
I
like
love,
2 years
I
after.
love the shift.
Yeah.
I love the shift that it does. Like it gets you to hate these guys. It makes you think Josh is like the protagonist. Then it just shifts. Like into just this disgusting like torture movie. Like, because it gets, as I said, it gets you to hate them. Like, they're racist, they're homophobic, they're overgrown dicks. And then, like, you see them start getting tortured brutally to death. So, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And one thing that I always thought was unique about Hostel is that they swap you out. They kind of like subvert your expectations. Like for like the beginning of like the first half of the movie, you kind of think Josh is the main character, but in reality, it's going to be Paxton. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But so I love that twist.
That scene scarred me.
Yeah, yeah. You should check out House of Wax then if you haven't watched it.
No, I've seen that. Like it's just it wasn't the tendons. I can't do vomit in movies, man. Like after he's already been like, this is what I hate about Grotesque as well, because blood is his like guts and everything out, and then he just walks across the room vomiting the whole bloody time that he does it, and I'm just like, okay, surely everything that you've eaten has like come up by now, but apparently not.
Megan said a lot of their friends say Five Nights at Freddy's is in their top 3.
Oh.
You don't really see it as a horror movie yourself, but it's also not in my top 3.
He's definitely not in my top 3.
You know, love Josh Hutcherson, I think his name is, and Matthew Lillard, and I think her name's Elizabeth Lell, I believe. You know, great. It's just, you know, not in my top 3.
Nowhere near.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not enough of it to be in our top in my top 3 personally.
Yeah, like it's not bad, but like it's the whole just like PG-13ness of it. I understand that's the whole fan base of just children now, but like still, and also the fact that like they had like a kill in there, which I couldn't even bloody tell what the hell it was because of how dark it was. Like that was supposed to be like the gory kill of the movie, where a person was I can't even bloody know if their head was bit off or if they were bit in half, because I genuinely couldn't bloody see it because it was so dark in that scene.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. So
Here goes a hot take.
It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take. Okay. So these are the type of movies that we actually desperately need in the genre. No matter if okay.
Let's go.
Facts, yeah. We desperately need these types of movies in the genre. Because right now we're seeing a decrease in young viewership whenever it comes to movies in general. So whenever you have PG-13 horror that young people can go and see it and try to get them in the box office, or try to get them in the seats and spending money at the box office, like by using, you know, a franchise that they are already in love with, like that is something that we need, because we want to be able to not just push the horror genre, but push movies in general. It's getting to a point where it's like, okay, what do we need to do in this industry to get young people to want to watch movies again, right?
Yeah. So
my opinion is, because I'm already seeing this in with God, I forgot the name of the movie that he's making, but Markiplier's new movie that's coming out.
Oh, Iron Lung.
Iron Lung. Okay, so you have somebody like Markiplier making an actual theatrical film, right? All the young people are going to watch that movie.
Yeah, because he made it.
Because he made it. Because he is a personality. What we need desperately going forward, in my opinion, is for directors to start trying to become actual personalities. And like Jordan Peele is starting to do that. He's going on like gaming. He's going on stage with people like Hideo Kojima and talking about being a part of making his new game. He's becoming a personality in the forefront of people's minds, going, okay, this is who I am. You should see my movies. You should play the games that I'm making, right? And I think that with this new generation, that's what what is desperately needed to get viewership, because everybody's going to go on YouTube and TikTok and watch some people's stuff. Well, become a face that the people can see, that the people can interact with and talk to, and then be like, hey, go see my movie. They're going to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, facts.
I can get that. I mean, I was
Yeah.
just the weird kid who watched Exorcist on her own at like 11 and didn't get phased or anything. But I completely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, we are different than
100%.
but people like us aren't what's going to fuel the horror genre. Even we're not what's going to fuel just movies in general. It has to be available and something that the mass audience wants to watch.
Bit like Scream 5 with Jenna Ortega, that brought in a whole new audience. And
Because of Wednesday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Yeah. My main thing that I didn't like about the movie, it's a lot more mundane, is the fact that, like, granted, I don't know much about the franchise, but they don't really use the cameras. You know what I mean? Like, I played the first game, years ago, and like all I remember is watching the cameras and seeing if they move around and stuff like that. But they don't really do that in the movie. And I was like, come on, where's the camera action?
Yeah. They also like the whole like dream thing that he has. With that games and the missions coming down here. Like, I watched like 70 game theory videos for that movie. Because I didn't bloody know anything, and I was going with someone who was a fan of FNAF,
Listen.
You've got to act like I care. But like I had no bloody clue what the hell was going on of the movie. But the only bit that I found absolutely hilarious was the bit where he was just punching the dad in the thing. And he looks over at the kid, he's just like, shit, I've just lost my job.
So in order for me to enjoy the movie, what I did is, like, a week before the movie came out, I went on YouTube and watched lore videos.
Yep.
And got the entire lore backstory. So whenever I saw the movie, I knew what was going on because I'd never played the games. Right.
Yeah.
So I know all the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's now. I've forgotten most of it at this point, but I wanted it to be a good experience. I didn't want to come in and just be like, what the hell did I watch? So,
God, let's hope they never make a Kingdom Hearts movie, because flipping heck, everybody'd be lost to that, wouldn't they?
The Kingdom Hearts storyline. I don't know how many lore videos I've watched on Kingdom Hearts just to try to understand
And
the
you still
story,
don't get it.
and I still don't get it, man. Still don't get it. I'm just like, they do some stuff. It's cool.
I've just thought of a great idea, to get some more content on this channel. I'm going to be downloading these streams afterwards and adding some nice videos onto here called Knowledge with Horror and stuff.
Listen, maybe that's the kind of videos I need to make. Just getting on and talking about what the industry needs to accomplish.
Did you know?
That's what I think about more.
Yeah.
It just never stops.
That's what happens whenever people start making a bunch of money and they get greedy. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it is what happens.
Yeah.
Shout out Mark Zuckerberg. Right, moving on.
Moving on. Sipping.
All right.
Nice.
So another one of my favorite horror movies, specifically only really the first one. The second one is good for what it is, but the first one's really, really amazing. That's Sinister. I love the first Sinister movie. When I first saw it when I was a kid, this movie low-key scared me a little bit, with like the old rails and then Bagul just hiding around and stuff up in there.
Bro,
it was phenomenal.
The hell out. Scary.
Yeah, and then the films itself really helped sell that movie for me. And it's just like, because they started off as like a nice little family home video, and then they just cut to some horrific stuff. It's just I don't know that, and then like the Bagul stuff, you don't really see him too much at the beginning, and then more and more each tape, he gets a little bit closer and closer. You get to see more of them and stuff like that. And it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. Sorry, my cat's just decided to come right up to me.
Let's go. My cat's sleeping right next to me.
Let's
Duncan, you're gonna
go.
Love them to death, but they're a problem. Especially when you're trying to record. It's do you know how many times I have to like retake stuff because my cats?
Oh, me too. He'll jump up on my desk. I'm like, all right, buddy, you gotta hop down for just a second.
Right.
Because he'll get in moods where he'll just start like pawing at stuff, like my phone charger and stuff, trying to knock stuff down. I'm like, bud, chill.
But so Sinister, me and Shay just rewatched these movies.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Oh yeah. Shay, have you watched it yet? I've watched it. It's phenomenal.
Oh, are we talking about
Crystal Lake.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get me this time either. Okay. Sinister.
He's actually looking it up.
I had a different opinion on the movies this time than whenever I originally watched them. I thought they were a little slow, and it wasn't as. I think that this is like those movies, and now I understand why people I think didn't like the second movie, is because it's kind of like that first watch is what really does it. The first, this is like one of those, you watch it once and that's the best it's ever going to be,
Yeah.
And like I still enjoyed the movies, but it wasn't the same experience.
Didn't have the same impact on you.
Yeah.
No, not even close. But see, I saw the second one first. So I had a higher opinion of the second film in the originally, and rewatching them, the first movie is better than the second movie, but just that initial seeing it, and I saw the second one in theaters when it came out too. So seeing it in theaters for the first time, not knowing what the movie's even about, like sitting down and having that experience, it is phenomenal, but you can't rehab that experience, I guess, to me.
Yeah, I respect
some people
that.
might, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't the same.
I'm in the position where I've only seen them both once anyway, so I can't comment on the second watching, but appreciate it.
All right, horror.
Okay, so Final Destination, gotta be. Number 3 is my personal favorite. I don't know if that's just because that's the first one that I watched, but I think it's a great franchise, and I'm really looking forward to 6.
Me too.
I think it's just so, I don't know, there's something about the whole cheating death, and you can just never really get away with it, and just the gruesomeness of it. I just love it. I think it's very well made, and okay, it's a bit cheesy in parts and a bit like whatever, but I don't know, there's something about the franchise that I think just plays off really well as a whole. Like there's not one movie in it that bores me. I know they're all the same concept, and they link in with each other as well, which I like.
Yeah. I was not a huge fan of the fourth one though. I think it did a little too much bad CGI stuff look wise, but I still like the story. The story was still enjoyable for what it was. Daniel, exactly what Shay said. Yeah, he's wanted to step out and branch on something else. I'll respect him. Hope he likes it. The fourth one wasn't my favorite, and the fifth one, I love the twist where it goes back around to the first one.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
Was the third one the roller coaster?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the best one.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
It was also my first one I ever watched growing up.
I can't remember what I ranked them, but I do have a ranking video for the movies.
Let's go, y'all go check that out.
I don't remember what I ranked them. It's an older video too, so there's no like cuts and stuff. It's very like me going a lot.
They're the best videos. Rawness.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean those movies are phenomenal though.
It was the sunbed kill for me. I was like, oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
oh.
those are rough.
Put
Those
me off
are
going on
rough.
sunbeds for life. It's probably why I look like a vampire, but still. I was like, no.
What I find interesting about the Final Destination movies is that they became like they never got like absolutely massive, but everybody knew what they were. Like a lot of people watched them, even like people that weren't horror fans.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
but there's not like it didn't generate like a whole subgenre of like death kills everybody movies.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
yeah.
Which I find fascinating. Like they're just like, no, we'll just let Final Destination do it. And so it kind of makes it a unique franchise, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's one big thing that we have yet to say, and that's Tony Todd.
I was just about to bring him
Oh,
up.
amazing.
Yeah, love Tony Todd.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
It's your turn.
My turn.
Mhm.
All right. For my next pick, and it is my number 2 all-time favorite horror movie, and that is Pearl.
I've not seen it.
Okay.
And in fact, put X in there with it. Maxine didn't quite hit the mark for me, but it was still good.
Yeah.
But Pearl it's one of the best like characterizations of a psychopath that I've ever seen in anything. It has, and it's just the slow crumbling mask of a psychopath and them just devolving into their true self like over time and seeing that happen, and then it all culminates into one of the most amazing monologues I've ever seen in a movie at the end.
Yeah.
And like Mia Goth is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's killing it.
Like she's probably one of my favorites now. And it's funny because you know she has a very different actual voice. Like it's very like petite British accent, like
Yeah.
like very mousy sounding, and then she's playing, you know, these really strong, you know, American voices. Like it's but it's just a phenomenal movie. It makes me think of, you know, whenever you're looking back and you're thinking about like oh my gosh, like Silence of the Lambs and movies like that, and you have Hannibal Lecter doing his, you know, him being a psychopath, and then you put that up against Pearl and her characterization of a psychopath and like this person that's going to be a serial killer, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like she knocked it out of the park, absolutely, like 100%. But it's
100%.
more of a character drama than it is a horror film, but I absolutely love it.
I respect. Ty West killed that trilogy. He did great with it.
Oh
Yeah.
and within what 3 years, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like 2.5, really, like within 2.5 years he put out 3 movies that like are, 2 of them in my opinion are S tier movies and the third one's an A tier movie. Like, you know,
Heck yeah.
ridiculous.
100%. So my third favorite horror movie, if we're just going off of like movies now, let me just grab it. Hang on. That's all we have here. Oh god, don't worry. Nah. I almost knocked it off my shelf.
I was
Oh,
low-key thinking about Saw. I was low-key thinking about it.
The original.
All the bloody way at the end of my like shelf over here. I have to reach all the way over there.
Mm.
I'm not just talking about I'm just talking about franchise as a whole at this point. I'm not going to grab the rest of them. I'm too lazy to do that. But I love the Saw movies. Shout
Tobin
out
Bell.
Chester Bennington, Saw 7.
Yeah.
But I do just love like how wild it gets in some of them, and just the whole like soap opera storyline that keeps going through every single one of them. It's really cool, and you can tell that they regretted killing off John Kramer the moment they did it.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
they keep on bringing him back. Like,
Yeah.
let the man rest in peace. Like, give
Yeah.
you know, I agree. Keep giving Tobin Bell work. The
Tobin
man
Bell's
is
phenomenal.
a phenomenal actor.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal. But let him branch out a little. You doesn't have to keep playing John Kramer.
Him and Tony Todd have like phenomenal voices for horror
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
You do. Very chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Speaking
awesome.
speaking of Tobin Bell, I think it's in Saw 6 when they just put the backwards hat on him and say he's young now.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't find my cap. Shields, you have to turn your cap around. I can't find mine.
Huh?
Yeah.
Turn my cap around.
Backwards cap, bro.
Yeah. The Tobin Bell look, yeah. All right. In Saw 6 terms, you have just de-aged 30 years.
And you can tell. Look at him. He just
Yeah,
looks
look at me, bro.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like 18 again, man. That would be exactly 20 years. So
No, but yeah, the Saw movies are phenomenal. They're fun. And like, I mean, they kind of like started their whole little subgenre in a way, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that one? I can't remember.
torture.
The one that wasn't even based
Yeah.
on
Oh.
Jigsaw, and it was like a spin-off. What was it called?
Spiral.
Spiral, that's it. I didn't
Yeah.
really enjoy that one as
Yeah,
much.
yeah, that one was not my favorite.
Just
But,
wait
you
till
know.
you hear the little guy
Yeah.
smiling in the corner talking about it.
yeah.
I like Spiral. So-
Where do
Can
you
we
rank
kick him
it?
out? Is there any way to kick him out of the...
I can, hang on.
Listen, I'm just here for the high.
Oh, look, you made an 18-year-old boy cry.
Look.
An 18-year-old boy is a retired voice actor.
Yeah, I'm a retired voice actor. Oh, that comment killed me.
Yeah. Shout out to that video. I can't remember what it was called, but shout out to it.
Yeah.
Oh, what video was that?
It's
I
one of
don't
your most
remember which
recent
video
ones,
that was
isn't it?
on.
Didn't we
Yeah, it
make
was-
that joke in the ranking video, the big ranking video?
It might have been.
Maybe.
Oh man, but no. Saw. I guess I like most of the ones that a lot of people don't like in that franchise too. So that's all right. Like, 4 is my favorite. Besides,
I
10.
like 4 a lot.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was good.
10. It's 10, then 4, then I think 7. I can't remember now. I'd have to look at my
Right.
ranking.
It's got my favorite like vocalist in it. I
Right.
put high for
Yeah.
that. Like,
1's down in like the bottom 3 or 4 for me.
all right, you're losing me now.
Terrible.
Right?
Terrible.
I really like Saw 2 though as well. I don't know
Yes.
what y'all thought. Yeah, Saw 2 is awesome.
It's
So
very
Saw
good.
2 is
Two of these.
Saw 2 I used to really like, but on the rewatch it was on my lower end on the ranking for me.
Yeah.
I think 10 was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my god. It's just a good movie.
Mm.
It's the only in reality, objectively, it's the only one that's actually a good movie.
If
I like
we're
the
gonna be honest.
Like,
It's the twists in that movie were just brilliantly done.
oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just the beginning, like
Mm.
where you just forget that you're watching a Saw movie, like
Yeah.
because it's John Kramer's character, like he's he's actually a really damn good actor. And,
Very good.
and
And musician as well. He's just an all around talented guy.
Yeah.
I love him.
Very good. Well, now you messed up the order, Shay.
Shay.
It's fine.
No, I haven't. It makes more sense. Look.
Yeah, just go the other. Go the other.
Yeah.
All right, sip it.
All right. So this one, I don't know if y'all. I'm sure y'all remember this movie because how great this movie is, really. But You're Next.
Oh,
Yes.
I really like that movie. One of my favorite things.
Is that the one where the girl like fights off everybody in the house?
Yeah, it has like the different masks and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
they have like a tiger mask on. Yeah.
That movie's great.
It's phenomenal. I love that movie. And like one of my favorite like tropes of a horror movie is just a straight up badass final girl. You know what I mean? And that's what I can't remember her name, but that's what she is. I think her name was like Erin or something like that. But that's what she is. Like she set up traps for the killers. You know, she would like hammer in like nails into like boards and like leave them under windows and stuff like that. And it's just like she was smart, dude. She was going after those killers and like the twist of like who hired all those people and stuff like that. It was just really fun. And then how she got the kill on like the last guy with like the blender to his head. You know, it was just great. I liked it.
Oh yeah, Your Next is fantastic. It just goes to show like that flipping the script every once in a while is just
it can pay off.
It just works. Yeah, it just works.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to remake the same crap over and over again.
Yeah. Catherine does bring up a good point though. I'm pretty sure they were in reference to Saw though. Where
I'm sure.
I don't get why they don't just do a reboot. Why continue the same timeline by just doing prequel after sequel after prequel? Yeah. It can get a little hard to keep up if you're just a casual like horror fan, you know.
I counter with this. We're now getting Saw in Fortnite, so like,
ain't all the crossovers in the Fortnite supposed to be like canon or something?
Yeah,
I saw something saying that about that when Kratos got into Fortnite. It's like that's so insane.
That means that technically Michael Myers, Predator, Xenomorph, Ellen Ripley, and John Kramer are all going to exist in the same universe.
Yeah, and the Stranger Things girl.
Oh yeah,
11.
And the dude.
Yeah, 11. Yeah,
Harper as well.
Oh yeah, Harper. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's your thoughts on
that?
What's my thoughts on Fortnite?
No, it's Stranger Things.
Oh, you don't want to know my thoughts on Fortnite. No, but no, Stranger Things is fantastic. No problem with Stranger Things. It's really,
I am ready for the
well-made
fifth
show.
season.
That's another show, like going back to what I was talking about earlier, that they've pumped a bunch of money in. That's, if not completely horror, it's horror adjacent. That has done very well. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Am I tripping into the kids? Yeah, it is.
That's the thing. They've added like R-rated stuff into it, and I don't understand it. The amount of children that play that game. Of course, you know, there's me and
Shay.
Sipping Hospital daily grinding that stuff out. But like,
Shay. Shay. R-rated stuff is for children. They just like to pretend that it's not.
that's right. Show them Source. Show them what else we got here. Thanksgiving.
Marketing. Dude,
Hospital,
like what I was talking about watching that Mr. McMahon docu-series earlier, like they got to a point where it was just sex and violence on in the rest, like pro wrestling scene.
Yeah.
Like that's all it, like that's what they were showing, but they were making that product for children and just pretending like they weren't. That was their core audience, was children. I mean, movies, video games, all these things, it's the same. They like to pretend that they're making it for 18 plus, but they're not. They're making it because they want, you know, who spends the most money and gets their parents to spend the most money? It's kids. So that's who they're after.
He said, "Shut up, Brian."
Shut up, Brian. Oh god. But that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
their demographic is kids. They say it's not. Sorry. Ramble over.
apologize. Never apologize for rambling.
The more you know.
I
What
like
was
the
it?
ramble.
It's just gonna be that thing with like his head instead of like the star.
Ramble, guys. I'm sorry. Okay.
Rambling
Killer Clowns. Love it.
Great movie, but it sounded like y'all was just barking when y'all say it.
Sorry, Duncan. My cat just looked at me like I was absolutely off my head, which I am.
That's great.
But yeah, Killer Clowns. I think I don't know why they didn't make any more movies because that is such a fun.
They got
It's just brilliant.
but one movie.
It's just, I just love it. I just think it's a bit of cheesy, gory fun, and it's just, I don't know. It's one of those movies I can watch over and over and just not get bored.
I completely agree. I love that movie.
It's so good. I haven't played the game yet, but I do want to.
I haven't either. Yeah, I do want to play it as well because I really like the Friday the 13th game, and apparently it's supposed to be similar to that. So
Yeah.
I do really want to play it.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw game's really good.
I haven't played it yet either. A lot of my friends they just don't like playing horror games with me, dude, and it sucks. Sad face, you know.
You're gonna have to add me. Are you on
Let's go.
PlayStation or?
PlayStation or PC.
You're gonna have to add me then, and I'll have to play it because
Let's go.
TCM's great. And then, but Friday the 13th closes their servers the end of the year, doesn't it?
I think
Which
so.
is
Yeah.
really gutting because that was such a phenomenal game. But I do really want to play the Killer Clowns game.
Oh yeah, maybe if y'all are down, let's all run it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm down.
100%.
I'll do it, man. I'll do it. I'm not good at those kind of games, though.
I don't play
I tried
games.
playing. What's the big one that everybody played?
one?
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dead by
I
Daylight.
don't
like
I
that
tried
game.
it. I'm not good at it at all.
Yeah. Facts, Daniel.
You know?
Facts. It could be revealed at DanielCon 2024.
Yeah.
It's probably
That's what
like
happened earlier
70
this
years
year.
out.
Yeah. By the
Yeah.
way, where are free passes to DanielCon 2025, bro?
Yeah, man. Come on.
Send them over, bro.
Daniel Kahn.
It's just everything about his life.
It's just like a slideshow on like a big screen. Okay, this is where like I grew up. It's just like the lyrics, like, it's just the lyrics to like Photograph by Nickelback, but like changed for him.
Shows up. This is the hot dog I used to eat all the time.
Yeah, this is the McDonald's that I used to like.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, great movie.
Mm.
And the clowns all stood out too.
Yeah,
So good. I just like y'all. Like I'm so shocked that it didn't get a second movie at all. I
Oh, yeah.
wonder if that was like whoever made it, like just decided, hey, one was enough. Now we can sell merch for the rest of our lives.
The thing is, though, like they could have gone as far as they wanted. Like you see some movies like a bit like Friday the 13th. They go too far, taking it into space and stuff. But this is actually genuinely one you could have taken it so far without it being stupid. Like you
Yeah.
could have done so much with it.
Because it's already a silly movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
go crazy with it.
Yeah, exactly, and it wouldn't have felt out of place.
Yeah.
Now, what probably would have happened though is it would have gotten into the 90s and like the class and janky CG or something. Not good. Looking like PS1.
I could just imagine that. That'd be crazy.
Right? Oh, punching people's heads off, and it's
Yeah. You can count the pixels or whatever. You can just count them.
it looks like the head at the end of Freddy's Dead, the 3D like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Freddy face. Yeah.
Where does that
Oh.
film go in your ranking, by the way?
Number 1, bro.
Hurts my soul every time.
Except for Freddy versus Jason. That's the real number 1. It is the true MVP.
It's
The
a great
goat.
movie. I
It's
watched
so
it the other
good.
day. Actually, it's just I don't know.
It's a
One of
fun one.
those, yeah, one of those ones you can just. It's just easy to chill to. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't lose
And
yourself.
some of the kills are like real silly in that movie too, where like Jason will like hit someone and they'll just go get launched. He should go flying across the map.
Well, I felt like they like over exaggerated both characters in that movie
Hmm.
quite a
Oh
bit,
yeah.
you know, especially like how their powers work and stuff like that.
Freddie calling
I like
everybody a B word.
Yeah.
Free.
B word.
I'm trying to be good.
You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Killer Clowns, fantastic.
Yeah.
Would it is one of the best like 80s horror films.
Cult classic right there.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So for me, and I believe I always forget if this is the one. So I believe the one that I'm wanting to mainly talk about is Leatherface, the movie Leatherface.
The 2017 one?
I
Yeah.
believe so. That's the one where it's young Leatherface, right?
I believe
The one where he looks like he'd have to like eat like 2 fully grown people to become Leatherface and like the OG.
He was a child, bro. What are you talking about? People grow. Anyway.
But he grew outwards. That's what I'm saying. Like.
Anyway. So mainly that one, but also most of the modern Texas Chainsaw movies, from the remake up to now.
You talking about remake as like 03 or whatever?
Yeah, 03
Okay.
remake up to now. Like, yes, I have love for the older films as well, but whenever you're talking about brutality in slasher movies from 03 to now, the level of brutality that they're able to. What the hell just happened? Okay.
Your cat
The level of brutality that they're able to like push on screen and make you feel in these movies is like on a level that a lot of other films just aren't. And that comes down to the sound production, to the way that everything is filmed in all of the movies, the modern ones, and just whoever in each of these movies put it together, especially like in Leatherface and in the one that everybody likes to talk crap about because she's like, "Get him, cuz." And,
Hashtag 3D.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just off topic. But I only have 2 issues with that movie. That line,
yes, I
and
mean that line is cringe. Yes, I
that
agree.
line, and the final bloody kill of the movie where it's so badly CGI'd that I just can't like look past it sadly. Like you know that bit where he cuts off his hands and he just falls in like it looks like PS2 graphics. Like
No, I get that, but most of the other kills are like extremely brutal, like in that movie, and they're they're just on another level compared to like almost every other franchise that exists. And so for that reason, that's the modern Texas Chainsaw movies I really love. But Leatherface specifically, if you took the Texas Chainsaw moniker off of it and you were just like, here's this movie, completely different name, has nothing to do with the franchise, it's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Like it's probably the most well-made movie in the Texas Chainsaw franchise. And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, how did this movie not do better? Like, it's so well made until you get to the very end. But we all know the endings are just bad in media in general. Like it's kind of hard. Like there's a lot of movies that I'm like, man, that was a fantastic movie. You get to the end and it's like, man, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, endings suck. That ending sucked. There are endings that are unforgivable though. That's not one of them. But there are movies that have
I know
Yeah,
which
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there are endings like the Wrong Turn remake, the 2022 one or whatever.
Oh, the
2020.
Foundation one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Wrong Turn movie. That is one of the best endings.
That is a such
Period.
cool ending. I love that one.
Period. It's perfect. It's a perfect ending. But yeah, Texas Chainsaw, Leatherface, fantastic movie. Wish it would have gotten more recognition than it did. But because it had the Texas Chainsaw moniker on it and everybody kind of felt like Shay did, and they're like, that guy's not big enough. Like it was part of it. And then of course it was very easy to figure out who Leatherface was in that movie. You know,
Yeah.
very obvious, which is fine. Like, but the twist wasn't the main part of the movie. It was like following these kids, you know, escaping from this insane asylum, and then like it's basically another character drama where you're watching a person like flip a switch in their head and becoming a psychopath over time through the movie. Like I enjoy those kind of storylines. So, yeah,
I mean,
that's mine.
I do agree with you about the movie. Like that was one of my first Texas Chainsaw movies, and that's someone who's recently rewatched it. There's only really one part or two parts of that movie that I dislike. So one, it's just the fact that guy's Leatherface, you know, already explained why. Two is the cringy ass line that the sheriff says when he reveals it. He's just like, what was the name that they called him in that movie? Sam or something? Right, what was his name?
I don't remember.
It was something like was like, he ain't that. This is Jed Sawyer or something like that. And I was just like,
That was a great impression as well.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching the movie.
Love your southern accent, boy.
Yeah. Shay's been
Starting to
selling
wonder
this
what's in
entire
that
time.
squash.
Give us your best Texas accent.
I just did that. Someone else can do that now.
Come on,
Come on.
do it.
No.
How about you, Jorge?
Let's hear it.
Oh no, that's cringe, isn't it? It's gonna be on the internet.
You don't wanna do it, Texas?
I'm gonna go round back and catch me some roadkill.
Let's go.
I'm
Good
sorry.
old roadkill.
I apologize to all Americans.
She hit the draw at least.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Texans, guys. Welcome.
She hit the southern
Horns,
draw real
yeah,
good.
horns down, by the way.
Huh?
What?
I just said horns down, by the way. Any Texas viewers will know that.
No, like
Yeah.
As
Football
a
team.
true Texan, I didn't get that.
Yeah, me.
Full blood Texan right here.
you're saying down. So,
Oh dear Lord.
the
Well,
Texas Longhorns
Yeah.
are not what they used to be.
Yeah.
Down with Georgia.
Whoa. Shot at my own heart.
I'm just playing. Bro.
Yeah.
I can feel another kick out happening. And,
So me and Sippin's like
Here we go.
teams are in the same division, in the
Yeah.
same like. So it's not good.
Our team's not supposed to like each other.
Yeah, not supposed to like each other. It's like Arsenal and Liverpool or whatever, or Man
Man City and Man United.
Man City and Man United. That's it. Man City and Man United.
Yeah. I'd say maybe we can like end it here. It's like 2:25 in the morning. You know.
Okay.
I'd like a little bit of sleep. So thank you all for watching this first live stream. I had a good time.
I had a good time.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It was all right. I mean, I woke up for this, so
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed yourself at least.
An hour of trying to go back to sleep. I just decided, screw it. I just literally got out of bed, started watching South Park for like 2 hours straight. So yeah. Until next time.
have a good one, guys.
Take it easy.
too.
Here's terrible
Bye.
take.